Hi, today we are going to understand schools of Hindu law, understand in detail Mitakshara and Dayabhaga, and also look at the differences between the two. These are the two distinct schools under Hindu law, which is Mitakshara and Dayabhaga. Mitakshara is a Vivriti legal commentary on Yajnavalkya Smriti, best known for its theory of inheritance by birth. It was written by Vijneshwara, a scholar in the Western Chalukya court in the late 11th and 12th early century. Along with the Dayabhaga, it was configured or considered one of the main authorities on Hindu law from the time the British began administering in laws in India. The Dayabhaga and the Mitakshara are two schools of law that govern the law of succession of the Hindu undivided family under Indian law. The Dayabhaga school of law is observed mainly in Bengal and Assam. In all the other parts of India, the Mitakshara school of law is observed. Getting into a little more details on Mitakshara. Mitakshara, written by Vijneshwara, is a running commentary on the Smriti of Yajnavalkya. The Mitakshara school prevails throughout India except Bengal and Assam, where the Dayabhaga prevails. All these sub-schools of Mitakshara acknowledge the supreme authority of Mitakshara, but also give preference to certain treaties and commentaries which control the certain passage of Mitakshara. The local conditions and customs of the different provinces, therefore, were molded as per this particular principle, and they were prevailing in each of the provinces where it was followed. There were a lot of variances and conflicts in the Mitakshara school, and there are specific reasons why it is so. In certain cases, the commentator put his own gloss on the ancient text, and his authority have been received in one of the provinces and rejected in the other parts of the Indian schools because of the various conflicting doctrines which arose. And in particular province, which where Mitakshara is followed, it is put with a particular gloss on it, and it is agreed only among themselves versus being acknowledged across all the other provinces. So there are variances and conflicts within the Mitakshara school as well. Dayabhaga, on the other side, was written by Jimut Vahana. It's not a commentary on any particular code, but possesses to be a digest of all the codes. The school prevails in West Bengal as well as Assam. It's based on the leading Smritis and deals with inheritance, partition, joint families, etc. If you look at Mitakshara specifically, I mean, it has been divided into further sub-schools. Madras School of Hindu Law, which is applied in Tamil Nadu, Andhra Pradesh, and Karnataka. Punjab School of Law, which is primarily getting applied only in East Punjab. Banaras School of Hindu Law, whole of northern India and part of Punjab as well, which is mostly North Punjab. Mithila School of Hindu Law applies to Tirhut and North Bihar. Maharashtra or Bombay School of Hindu Law applies to Gujarat, Kannada, and places where the language happens to be Marathi. There are some chief components for the Dayabhaga school, and those chief components are, or exponents are, Daya Tattva, Daya Krama Sangraha, Viramitriyodaya, and Datka Chandrika. Now, these are the four exponents. Um, that's an overview of the Mitakshara and Dayabhaga. It is very important for us to understand what is the difference between Mitakshara and Dayabhaga in various regards. And when we are looking at these differences, the differences we'll be looking at in regards to elimination. We'll be looking at in terms of inheritance, in terms of joint property, what are the rules, and how Mitakshara works differently from Dayabhaga, and also looking at doctrine of factum valid. Uh, Starting with elimination, members of the joint family cannot dispose of their shares while undivided. That's the rule as far as Mitakshara is concerned. However, in case of Dayabhaga, any member of joint family may sell or give away his share even when undivided. Regarding inheritance, before the Hindu Succession Act 1956, the principle of inheritance was consanguinity, which is to do with blood relationship. Whereas in case of Daya Bhaga, before the Hindu Succession Act, the principle of inheritance was spiritual efficacy, which basically is offering of pindas. Agnates, which is male structure, comes first, and cognates, which is female structure, comes second in Mitakshara. Whereas it's almost the other way around in Daya Bhaga. Cognates like sisters, son are preferred to many agnates. Regarding the joint property, in Mitakshara, right to property arises by birth, son, and now daughter as well, post Hindu Succession Act. Daughter is a co-owner with the father in ancestral property. In case of Daya Bhaga, right to property arises by death of last owner, hence son has no right to ancestral property during the father's lifetime. In case of Mitakshara, father has restricted power to alienation, and son and daughter can claim partition even after, even against the father. Father cannot dispose of the property. Whereas in case of Daya Bhaga, father has absolute power of alienation, and son and daughter cannot claim partition or even maintenance during the lifetime of the father after attaining majority. Father can dispose of the property during his lifetime as well in Daya Bhaga, and son and daughter won't be able to claim it. In case of Mitakshara, earlier the interest of members of joint family was on death. Now the principle of survivorship has been abolished. Interest comes from inheritance only. The interest of every person would, on his death, pass by inheritance to his heirs, like widow or daughters in case of Daya Bhaga. Son and daughter can ask for partition in case of Mitakshara. However, in Daya Bhaga, son or daughter cannot ask for partition. And as far as the doctrine of factum valid is concerned, it is recognized to a very limited extent in case of Mitakshara, whereas the doctrine of factum valid is fully recognized in case of Daya Bhaga. Now, those are the key differences between Mitakshara and Daya Bhaga. Thanks for listening to this particular session. For further information, you can go to www.juristknowledge.com and get more information. Thank you. Bye bye.